Hi there, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. I'm just here to pop down a card for today for us. This is Monday, 30th of April. So let me just have a little shuffle. There we go. A little shuffle of this Faulkner Tarot deck. Let's just sort this camera out a little bit. Okay, so let's just have a little shuffle and we'll pop down a card from the Black and White Faulkner deck. So let's just have a look and see what we've got today. So we've got the, hi there, hi Lisa, thanks for tuning in, nice to see you. Today we've got the Hanged Man. So Hanged Man's a really interesting card because there's lots of different ways, as with all the cards really, there's loads of different ways of looking at them. You know, the Hanged Man can talk about being a bit stuck, it can talk about feeling like you need to be sacrificing something, it just can be all kinds of different energy. I like to look at the Hanged Man as to read it in the way that you're being asked to kind of look at things from a slightly different angle. So in terms of cards for today, it's about maybe looking at your day and not taking it all at face value. If you're feeling a little bit stuck, trying to look at that in a different way. There's another deck of cards called The Enchanted Map, which is by Colette Baron-Reid, which, as you know, if you've watched my stuff before, I use quite a few of her decks. One of her cards is called Stuck in the Mud, and that is very much like the Hanged Man, but in oracle card format, and it's of an elephant. The picture is of an elephant and he's in the mud and he's kind of stuck in the mud, but the whole message of that card is the elephant is right in the mud, but elephants kind of like the mud, so that he's in there and he's kind of playing with the mud and having a good time. And that's what the Hanged Man quite often asks us to do, is to take our focus off the thing that's stuck, enjoy the environment that we're in as best as we possibly can, try and find something within that situation that is good. You know, it might be something really, really small. Like if you feel like you're stuck in a job that you don't particularly like, it might be that the people around you in that job are actually okay, or that you've got some good friends there and they're okay, or that the journey to work is nice and easy for you. Just find something within it. It might even be just that the coffee next door, the coffee shop next door is a nice coffee shop. Could be something as simple as that. So it's about finding something around the situation that's a bit stuck, that's okay. So you don't have to be focused on the stuckness. It's all to do with law of attraction, really. You know, find something good to focus on. Life's meant to be fun, so have some fun. Even when you're feeling like one situation's a bit stuck, take your attention away from it and put it on something else that isn't stuck. Because then as that situation starts to move forward with your energy in it, then the stuck situation will follow. It's the law of attraction. It has to happen that way. So in terms of a card for the day, it's kind of saying you might need to have a look at things from a different angle. Try to appreciate something in the situation that you're in, even if it's not pleasing you a great deal and you feel like you're a bit fed up with it and it's all a bit blur. Just find something in there that isn't like that, so that you can have a much more positive outlook and a different way of looking at things. I know, this is one of your favourites, Lisa, isn't it? I thought that's, when I saw you pop up and I saw the card, I just thought that's really funny, because it is, I know it's one of your favourites. And it is lovely. It's a lovely energy. A lot of people get freaked out by the Hanged Man and they're just like, oh, I don't like it. It feels all stuck. If you look at the Rider-Waite deck, the guy is hanging from his foot by his foot from a tree. Okay, so he's not hanging by the neck. So a lot of people read the Hanged Man and they freak out because they think it's that. It's not. The guy in the Rider-Waite is hanging from his foot. And if you look at his face on most of the decks, he's quite cool with that. You know, he's kind of hanging there, just going, yeah, it's all fine here. You know, a lot of the Rider-Waite based decks, I must get one of those out and I can show you at a different time. I won't root around for it now. But you know, a lot of those those Rider-Waite based cards, the guy's actually got a great big smile on his face, and he's kind of chilling there, you know. He's like, yeah, hanging from a tree, I'm all cool. So, you know, but a bit like a monkey, you know, you see the monkeys hanging from the tree, they're not bothered, they're just doing the monkey thing. So it's about that. So I'm going to have a little shuffle of these Mystic Shaman cards. Now, bear with me because I'm still learning them. And so let's just have a little look. Did you get the Mystic Shaman as well, Lisa? I'm really enjoying working with this deck, I've got to say. So it's a really, really beautiful deck. Still using the guidebook, but I'm kind of cool with using the guidebook because she, Colette Baron Reid, that made the deck, is kind of saying use it, because it's really interesting. Okay. So yeah, it's a nice deck, Lisa. It's well worth a little looky if you fancy indulging yourself in another little gift to yourself. It's a nice one. So let me have a little look and see what we've got. Okay, so the middle world. So my understanding, right, okay. Yeah, I think the thing is with decks is, I mean, I've got loads and loads of decks. So this is just little small section of my decks. I've got boxes of them as well, loads and loads of different ones. It's a bit of a thing. I like them, and I don't use loads and loads of them, but every now and again I'll dip into one, and I just really like the imagery and stuff. So I kind of, they're like books to me, really. I kind of flick through them quite regularly. Might not use them all the time, but I sort of have specific decks for specific things, and there are some people that work really well with a particular deck and others not so much. So yeah, but this is a nice one, this Mystic Shaman. So middle world to me is kind of talking about us and kind of like our real world, our actual world where we are. So we've got the spiritual world, which is kind of symbolically above, and then we've got the kind of earth level, which is kind of symbolically below. And then we've got us, which is kind of somewhere in the middle. So I'm just going to read what it says in the description that she's given us about these cards. These are all very new to me. Symbolism and everything in here is quite new. So she says, okay, there we go. So the essence of this card, it says the middle world is the realm of day-to-day reality and the playground of the living. Yes, it is tarot. Hi on Periscope. Yes, it's tarot. It's also oracle cards, but they're just cards for the day for everybody. In the present moment where everything is happening. So the middle world is kind of created by our future and our past. It's almost like everything is linked together. No, I wasn't on Talk Radio. No. So this is a card that is talking about what is happening in our moment. The invitation with this card says this: the middle world shows up when conditions are favourable for your undertaking. So basically, what is going on around you energetically is going on and allowing you to create what you want to create. Yeah, I heard on Talk Radio that there was somebody doing readings on there, definitely, but it wasn't me. But they do have a psychic show. They used to have a psychic show on LBC as well, but unfortunately that ended. But yeah, I know they do that. I try and tune into it, but I quite often too busy. Right, okay. So the energy of this card is saying the time is right. It's right now. It's happening in this world right now. So it's our moment is basically what this card is saying. And it's interesting because the Hanged Man is kind of opposing that slightly and going, it's not quite our moment. So it almost feels to me that if we are able to take on that energy of the Hanged Man, look at things from a slightly different angle, look at things in a slightly different way, focus on the stuff around us that is working in our day-to-day life in the middle world, which is happening right now. We then bring in much more of the energy that we want to bring in, to allow us to co-create, to make more stuff, to make more things, to make more energy, to make more happiness, to make more fun, whatever it is in our life that we're looking for. So the two cards, although in the first instance they look like they contradict each other a bit, but it's one leads to another. It tells a story. Whenever you lay down a tarot reading, tarot spread, you're telling a story that's progressing along through the reading. So the Hanged Man says look at things from a different angle. The Middle World says once you've done that and you've changed your lookout, you then create this environment where you can make things happen. You know, you've got a tree going on in there, and the tree is all about growth and knowledge and development. So yeah, it's all about that. It's all about that and making things grow. So, you know, you've got a tree in there and it's all about growth and development. I'm going to be leaving that there for now. Sorry, I'm not here doing personal readings for people. This is all about cards for everybody. So it's not a sort of question and answer thing, really. I'm happy to answer any questions that you've got. If you want to put a question on my YouTube channel, I'm more than happy to do that. Or if there's a general question you want to ask in these sort of environments, I'm more than happy to do that as well. But I'm not doing personal readings here because this is just a card for the day. It's like universal energy. It's for everybody. And the universal energy for today is saying, look at things from a different angle and you will create the right environment for growth. I will leave that with you for today. We've got a full moon tonight, so don't forget to do your releasing, anything you need to let go, anything you need to kind of, you know, say cheerio to, stuff that's not serving you very well, it's not bringing you happiness. Just focus on bringing in things that make you happy. So in order to do that, you need space. So you need to let go of the stuff that's blocking your way. So there we go. There's the Hangman again saying, find a way to let go, find a way to focus on the stuff that is good so that you can get more good stuff in. And one of the best ways to get more good stuff in is letting go of the stuff that really isn't doing you an awful lot of good. We find that quite difficult sometimes as human beings because, you know, some people really like change, but on the whole, most of us freak out a little bit when it comes down to everything's got to change around. And letting things go and endings and stuff has connotations for us and it has meaning for us. What is important is focusing on, does this bring me joy? If it doesn't bring you joy, think about letting it go. Okay, so I'll leave that with you. Have a really good day. Thanks for coming on Periscope. Thank you very much. And lovely to see you, Lisa. Really, really lovely to see you. And I will speak to you again soon. Bye for now.